Unpopular celebrities. Yeah, we speak that truth so effortlessly. Living like no script, just energy. From the block to the base to the legacy. Unpopular, yeah, celebrities. Started with a combo, now the world leaning in. For vets in the room, let the stories begin. No filters, no scripts, just wisdom and sin. We talk hustle hard and the places we've been. From the field to the mic, that growth is the lesson. Turn pressure into presence, that's the real confession. Got the crowd tuned in for the raw and the rare. You can feel the truth breathe through the air. Unpopular celebrities. Yeah, we speak that truth so effortlessly. Living like no script, just energy. From the block to the base to the legacy. Unpopular celebrities. Talk music, talk ball, talk rank and salute. Every topic on the table, every word in pursuit. We the voice for the ones that the world overlook. Turn pain into punchlines, life into the hook. Yes, in the chair, we breaking the mold. Every episode's heat, every message is gold. No gimmicks, no mask, just purpose and peace. When the lights come on, that real don't cease. Unpopular celebrities. Yeah, we speak that truth so effortlessly. Living like no script, just energy. From the block to the base to the legacy. Unpopular celebrity. We ain't chasing fame, we redefining the game. Give light to the name that the system can't tame. Got the people tuned in, cause they feel our lane. It's the voice of the real, not a chase for acclaim. Mic check, then the vibe start to settle for a host. One stage and the truth is the metal. So before that show start, let the beat breathe steady. When you hear the name, just know we ready. Oh yeah, when you hear the name, just know we ready. Unpopular celebrities. Yeah, we speak that truth so effortlessly. Living like no script, just energy. From the block to the base to the legacy. Unpopular celebrities.
What's so funny?
No, just like brr.
Oh, because I was testing out my stuff. I didn't get to test my stuff out. What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? Party people. What's happening?
Sunday, everyone. Happy Sunday, everyone. Happy Sunday, everyone. Peace, human beings. Peace, human beings. Peace, 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 peace. It's your boy Philly DC with my co-host Pete, and then my other co-hosts Jessica Player and Dale Brown. We are your unpopular celebrities live and direct for another show this Sunday, the last Sunday of 2025. And if you're here and you're going to join in here in a second, we appreciate you being here with us to close out the new year. So we have a special show for you today. If you know Pete and I, we have been going through our journey as we start to begin our transition from military life to civilian life. And so a lot of you folks have reached out to us and asked us how it was going, what are our thoughts about it, and we gave you some different points. And you told us, hey, you guys should do a show to talk about your experiences for folks who are thinking about transitioning from military to civilian life, for those who are currently transitioning, for those who have already, should I say, crossed over into the promised land of DD 214. And so we thought, what better way to close out the year by doing the first show? So this will be likely a series where we can't cover everything in one video or one show. It's going to be a series, maybe 3 to 4. We'll see how it goes. But the whole purpose of this one is we're going to talk about today what was our thoughts? What were our thoughts? I can't get my mind together. What drove us to the decision to transition, to decide to transition from military life. So I think it will be a good one today. It will be a good one. So thoughts before we get started.
I'm trying to do one thing and then I'll be right with you.
All right, don't worry. Just jump in when you're ready.
Okay.
So
Sorry, people are asking to share it on our Facebook page. It should be on the Facebook page. Don't know what y'all are looking at, but I'm seeing it on mine.
Mm.
All right. If not, I shared it on my personal page, so y'all can find it on there if we are friends. And you can find it on there. But I'm seeing it on ours, and you could also check it on YouTube, as we always say. But if you don't see it, Kim Bracely, what's up, big dog?
what's up, bro?
Faith Evans, what's going on? Faith Donovan, Faith Evans. I said
up?
Faith Evans. That's wild.
I remember the way.
It's really tough to commit. Yeah, hey, for all of everybody here, we got 27 people in here. For anybody in here who's retired already, if you want to share when we're sharing your thoughts, man, please feel free. And if you have any questions as we're going through this content, please feel free. And know that everybody's journey is different. So if this does not hit you or hit the right spot, tickle your fanny, that is okay. That is okay. Or if you're thinking about it and have specific questions and want us to answer it or get in touch with it, then let us know. Nikki Drago, happy holidays, Pete. Check the typo. What is the typo? Oh, good looking out. Thank you, Drago. Oh, good looking out. Dang, that's been up there forever. Okay, I'll change that. It was a typo on our Facebook page. That's what they were saying. I will definitely. It says I might. It says I may not be. It says not be up there twice. Man, that's been up there forever. But yeah. Anyway, as we always see, like Sean Jefferson. Retired and loving it, fam. Yeah, we'll talk about some of that, but we're gonna take it from the first start. So, do you want me to jump first? Do you want to jump first? How you want to do this?
However you want to do it. Doesn't matter. I can do either or. I'll tell you what. Let me start first. Let me give a bit of an overview. So let me start off by saying this. Just like what P just mentioned, there are some folks who are in the audience who are already still in the military, still wearing our cloth, and then you have some folks who are in the midst of transition, and then you have some folks who have already in the promised land. So just everything we express here is going to be from our perspective. And I will tell you, I'm going to tell you ahead of time, I don't know everything. I don't. There's a lot of things I knew and quite a few things, or quite a lot of things I did not know. So my whole purpose is to give you my perspective. So let me start when I was at Davis-Monthan. And what I'll do is, so I won't hog the mic, I'll do it in spurts, and then I'll let you jump in and provide your piece. And we could do it in stages. So I'll start at Davis-Monthan. I was the command chief of Davis-Monthan from 2022 to 2021 to 2023 of 2020. Yeah, duh. I need to drink more Red Bull. But anyway, so to put in perspective, anybody that knows me, when I talk to folks and they ask me, what is the highlight of my career, my favorite assignments? 2 favorite assignments: Kadena Air Base, Japan, back in when I was a chief there from 2016 to 19, and then Davis-Monthan between the dates before a few minutes ago, when I mentioned it, when I was command chief there. One, because of the mission and the people. And I tell you, when I was at Davis-Monthan, I was about to hit high-year tenure. For folks who may not know, for a chief, high-year tenure is 30 years.
Can I stop you real quick?
Yeah.
You're frozen. You've been frozen for a minute.
I'll jump back out.
As he's jumping back out and jumping back in, I don't know why it does that sometimes. What's up, big dog? Cat, let's say Clash player DJ. Not sure what that is, but what's up, big dog? Welcome. And then O'Shawn Jefferson, always good to link with y'all. Stay on with us. We'll try to entertain y'all and keep y'all abreast as we're going along with this. Try to keep y'all lively and stuff as we talk. But go ahead. You're back.
Okay. I'll speed it up. Okay, so I got to the point where I knew I was going to hit higher tenure. So when you hit higher tenure, you start to really think about retirement. And I would tell you, when I was close to higher tenure, before I got the job at IMSC, I wasn't. I was ready to retire, but I wasn't. Meaning, I knew that I didn't have much of a choice. Once you hit higher tenure, that's it. And so I was coming to slowly the grips of knowing that it was time for me to transition. And to be honest, I was torn. Like, I was happy to know that sooner or later I can have more time with my family, but I wasn't ready to transition for a number of reasons. One, I just loved the job. Number two, figuring out what I wanted to do. And some people may say, well, why would you say that? I mean, one thing I've noticed is you've done something for so long. And for me and a lot of folks, 3 decades, 30 years of doing the same thing, you could kind of get caught up into the idea that it's all you know. And I think for my peers who have gotten out or transitioned before 30, I've always heard folks say it's better to know when to leave at the right time so you can still get in the civilian marketplace and you still have, you're still young. And I always, truth be told, I always kind of frowned on that. I was like, I'm here to the end. What other better jobs is this? This is the greatest job in the world. And then here I am at, close to 30 years wondering like, maybe that was a bad idea.
Hmm.
Like, this is this is all I know. What do I do? And I was trying to visualize myself doing something out of uniform. And honestly, it was so difficult because when I was visualizing it, I visualized myself in a suit. I visualized myself talking to people, but I was talking to people. All I saw was uniforms. That's all I saw. When I visualized myself getting paid, I kept thinking first and the 15th. When I visualized myself going to the hospital to get like my teeth cleaned or whatever, I kept visualizing myself going to the base. And so what I'm getting at is it was hard for me to see something on the other side. And I tell you, it was frightening at first and a little frustrating. I'll pause there.
All right. Todd Simmons asked a question. Well, not asked a question, but gave a point. I just want to hear your 2-second rant on it. He said retirement starts the day you join.
I won't disagree with I would say that's 50-50. And here's why. I think I applaud people who have that type of mentality. But I don't know about you. When I came in, I was just trying to survive. I was thinking about 4 years and out.
Mm,
I was thinking about retirement. At 20 years old, I didn't even know what retirement was.
good point. Yeah, good point.
All I knew was to just work, 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 work.
It
That's it.
almost
And then
it
go ahead.
almost sounds like the you start dying when you're born type mentality.
Yeah.
That's kind of
Yeah.
how I think of that.
You
Which is
just
it's
think like,
true. It's true, but I think like you, when you first come in, I like you. Like I don't think I thought about retiring. I know it was
yeah,
a possibility, but I think it was like a thought, and then that's it. Like you know what's funny? All the people that have retirement ceremonies, like when I was a young airman, I never thought I'd be there. First, I was like, I never want a retirement ceremony. And then I was
yeah,
like, I'll never even
yeah,
make it to retire. Anyway, we're going on a tangent.
yeah, 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 yeah.
Wes said, that's my issue. I believe this is all I know. We'll talk about that as well. I'm not sure if we'll get into this part or the next part, but thanks for that. That part, accepting the end, the mindset shifts can be overwhelming. I'm glad you brought that up. And as we're talking about when we first thought about it, mine was a lot simpler. I didn't make it to higher tenured. I didn't want to see higher tenure. I didn't want the Air Force kicking me out. I wanted to get kicked out on my own accord. Uh, the second thing is when I decided, it wasn't like, oh my God, I hate the Air Force. Oh my God, this tragic thing happened to me. Uh, oh my God, my family, we don't want to move no more. It wasn't anything like that. It was very simple. I don't think I'm getting promoted and they're not going to PCS me. So was like, what's the point? What's the point of sitting here for the next 2 to 3 years when those two things are a far along possibility? It's almost like the Air Force was moving along without me. And I didn't want that to happen. So I was just like, I'm not going to PCS. I don't think I'm gonna make promotion. So the best thing to do is control what you can control and just bow out gracefully. Very simple for me. Very simple.
Yeah, and I think it's two different uh, points here or parallels here. Here you are, like you said, you weren't near Hypertarian. I was, and I kind of want to unpack that a little bit. Like for you, since you weren't at Hypertarian, you had a longer, or a wider ceiling, a higher ceiling. Being where you were at rank wise, you could have theoretically went another 3, 4 years,
Oh, 2, 3 years. Yeah.
and 2, 3 years, and could have went made rank and extended it a little bit longer.
Right.
And you were in a special duty position as a first sergeant. So, in theory, you were in a position in your career where well, I guess I'll let you answer that, whether
You're fine.
you were fulfilled at what you're doing. Because there are some people out there that decide to make the transition because they don't feel fulfilled or where they're at. Either they're not progressing or they have the leadership that doesn't listen to them and they just feel frustrated. And they feel like it's time to leave out of frustration. Whereas were you at that point?
No, I wasn't I mean, I think the first sergeant gig or job was the one of the best. I mean, I had a lot of good jobs, but it was one of the best I did. So I was very fulfilled at that point for what I was doing. It just came simply down to those two things. They're not going to PCS me. I was at Luke, my mistake, right? I did a special duty 365 and came back, what they call homesteading. So I was there for technically 7 years, but with a year gap in between. So it's a little different for me. I want to read Todd Simmons' point real quick. He said, I don't either. But at some point, I realized, and Todd Simmons is retired. Man, we got a lot of retirees coming in here. I love it. I love it. At some point, I realized the mistake I made for the first decade I was in. So with that knowledge, who do we ensure those day ones was prepared for anything? Forced or volunteer separation, get out at 4, 6, 10, 20, or 30. My comment was about preparing everyone day one to lead the military. I understand that. I think it's
Like that.
yeah, yeah.
Right.
It's, man, okay, we got a lot of people coming in. So we'll read all these and then I got a question for you too. Retirement after all that
Thanos.
okay
I'm,
feels go ahead.
I'm reading the wrong one. Which one are you reading? I'm sorry.
The one that's on the screen.
Oh, okay. I was looking at the chat.
Oh, I got to give you the chat. That's my fault.
Yeah, I don't see it. Proceed.
All right.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Hold on. I'm going to give you the chat so you can take this one. There you go.
Okay. Oh, Sean Jefferson says retirement after all that ascending feels like starting over. Ooh. Having mentors on the other side is critical. Oh man, you get 2 for that one. And here's why.
Don't go on to it. Don't go on to it. We got a lot of comments.
Okay.
A lot of comments.
All right. Ah, Juana, how you doing? She's a good example. She's another good example who made the successful transition. So she says, I knew I would get promoted. I knew we would PCS again, and I knew they would separate us. And I love my last team and commander and group chiefs. It was time to leave. So that's interesting.
See,
All right,
she's the opposite end of me.
Yep.
Yep. Thomas White, Eagles fan.
Thomas White, go Birds. Retirement is like that Thanos. Dread it, run from it. Destiny arrives all the same. That's my Marvel villain quote for the week. That was a good one. I like that one. Jeremy Shepard says,
What up, Shep?
always appreciate hearing those perspectives or these perspectives. This is all I know. Narrative definitely hits home. Yeah.
We're gonna talk about that because that's what I got for Philly next. But go ahead, 3 more comments.
Wes, what's up, brother? Wes Lawrence says, I told someone I'm afraid I'm too far gone. And oh man,
Hey,
indoctrinated to be successful on it. Oh man.
wait.
Old Sean says, I love my job when I retired, but I was exposed to other things, so I was able to visualize the future. I know it was time to go. That's a good one too. And then Scott
Wes
Roy,
Lawrence,
what's
this
up,
Pete.
brother? Wes Lawrence, this Pete. That's right.
All right, you hater. What up,
Man.
Mick Williams? And what up,
Two
2
C's, what's up?
C's? All right, go Birds. Boo. All right, good. We got through all the
So,
comments. So I got a
how do
question.
where do I,
Wait, I got a
wait.
question for you because
Wait.
I was at the opposite end, and we got to answer these quick so that we can move on through everything.
Okay.
I was at the point where I was like, I'm not going to PCS. I don't think I'm going to get promoted. It's time to leave. You were at a point for almost 10 to 11 years. You could have got out.
Yeah.
So what was your mindset for staying if quickly for 32 years?
Well, a
Especially
couple
at
reasons.
like 27 to 32, that last 5 years.
I felt like the Air Force was like my life, my family. You know what I mean? Like, and I know it sounds silly, especially now retiring. You know, people say when you leave, the Air Force is not going to care about you anymore. Somebody's going to replace you. And to some degree, that is true. But I really felt like this was my niche. Like, this was my family, and I wanted to stay. I enjoyed it. It was, and I must admit, I'm going to be transparent here. A lot of it's being comfortable. I was
Yep.
comfortable where I'm at. I knew what I was doing. I knew I was relevant. I knew people depended on me. I was happy where I was at. I was loving the mission. Why would I leave this to go to the civilian sector and start all over again?
Right.
I wasn't even and like I said, I wasn't even thinking about retirement or doing something in the civilian world. I knew in the back of you know how you know, like say, you know how you're drive, you know how you're about to do something and you're dreading something coming and you know it's coming, but you ignore it because you just like, I'm not going to even think about it. You know it's coming. It's like you're not thinking about it. And that's why I knew. I knew eventually I would have to leave, but I kept thinking I'm not going to dwell on that now. And that's
That's
why I
a
stayed this long.
that's a good point, and it man, that's a excellent point. You know, everybody know it's coming, but it's like pause. But it's like, when do you think about it? Todd Simmons says, when Pete worked for me as a senior airman, I had no idea anyone would let him re-enlist after he left the office. So ABSing about that. That is no cap right there. Scott Roy said at DC, could you do 30 years in today's Air Force?
No. Although let me recant that. I would say for me, no. I think with the mindset I'm in now, I couldn't do it. And in full transparency, I told my son not to. My son, he never had the aspirations. My youngest son, who is now staff sergeant in Guam, he never had aspirations to do 30. But if he asked me or he told me, Dad, I'm thinking about staying, what would you think? I would say no. I think a lot of the things that we were promised, that the new folks that's coming in now, such as the retirement, the high three, you know, that they don't have anymore. The protections and things that they would have that they should have that we have. Case in point, I won't go into details, but you know what I'm talking about. The things that they've pulled back, they don't have anymore. And I question not all. There's some great leaders out there. But what concerns me is some of the young leaders that are coming up. Not all, but some. There's not many Todd Simmons out there. There are not many Sergeant Blackmans or Tony Johnsons or Khalif Wrights, or you go down the line, Scott Royce. There's not many out there left that actually would see somebody's potential and ensure that the lessons they learned while they were going through the gauntlet, they want to avoid to make sure they don't go through. There's not many that's going to take a Dominic Peterson under their wing and say, hey, look, not only do you need to do good at your job, you need to do good at life too. And this is how you do it. And then not only that, be the example for them to show them. In other words, not say do something, but they don't do it. There's not many out there like that.
Right. A couple comments as we go along. Faith Donovan said, Todd Simmons, hey Chief. And now look at him. Tuesday's his last official day, and he's still out here sharing nuggets. Oh, got to, man. Got to. I don't know how long it lasts. But you know what? This makes me happy when somebody like Todd Simmons said they're proud of you. I mean, a lot of people, if they ever said they're proud of me, and I hope everybody else has the same boat when they retire. 2 seasons just retired, if I'm not mistaken. Just retired. Yep. So she would understand. Oh, okay.
For a couple of years.
Scott Roy said, well said. Wes Lawrence, another one who you were just talking about. The military is hard place to break up with. We have issues and need counseling, but we love each other. Yeah, for real. Devon, I'm messing that up. Devon McCoy in the building. We're still supposed to collab with UMU, but anyway, as I start talking about this, you're frozen again. If you want to jump out and jump back in.
God dang it.
So as I'm talking about this, Wes, you bring up a good point. And I'm interested in not only Philly, your answer to this, I'll give mine as well. Miss Boston in the building. I definitely is definitely a different beast on the other side. Definitely.
She's retired too.
Yep. Nope, will be 2 years and 26. So do you think the military puts a chokehold on you?
What you mean?
Like to stay in? Do you think there's, everybody used to tell me, like, you make it 10 years, you might as well stay the other 10 and retire, right?
Oh,
that was like the hump.
Yeah.
Do you think I think it's actually worse once you hit the 12, 14, 15 years, because then it gets to a point like you were talking about earlier. This is all you know. You've been doing this for longer than most people have been doing this longer than they've been alive. Like when you think about that, if you join at 18 and do 20 years in the military, you've been doing this longer than you've been alive. Like when you really rationalize and thinking about that, that is bonkers. You go to school for what, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 years? And you thought that was long. Imagine doing one job, and some people do 2 or 3, right? One job for you, 3 decades. 3 decades. If you meet somebody on the civilian sector that's been doing a job for 3 decades, they're probably like 60 years old, 70 years old. Yeah. Like you are the prototypical wisest person in the military. You and a couple generals. You and General Patton are probably like the wisest people because you've been doing it forever. All right, we got a lot of comments, but I'll let you talk for a couple of seconds and we'll go through all the comments.
I don't even know how. I will say I have been guilty of that too. Even to this day, I tell young people, if you stay, leave at 10. Don't go beyond 10, because if you do, you're leaving money and benefits on the table. And it took me a while to think about that, because I've always met people in my travels that say they're retiring before 20. And when I would tell them congratulations and I would put a smile on my face and say, that's awesome, they would look surprised. And I think it's because folks who stay longer, DC ain't 60. They would, in other words, people would almost shame them for leaving the military. And I think part of it is they don't want people to leave and win. I'm not saying I didn't want people to win. I just looked at it as there's so much more for staying in, but there's also so much more for following your dreams to getting out too. I mean, you look at it, right? Me, when I came in from Philadelphia, I was just trying to take care of my family. I just wanted to do 4 years and be a psychologist. I didn't know what it took, but that's all I wanted to do. But life happens, you start getting good at your job and you keep going, right? But there are some people, this is not for them. The military is not for everybody. And for people who served for 4 to 6 to 8 to 10, 11 to 12 years and so on and so forth, and you decide to leave, hey, I tell people now, leave, thank you for serving with us honorably, and then you'll go tell other people, hey, I didn't do 20 years and got retirement from the military, but this is what the military taught me. That may encourage other people to come in. I would rather you give me a solid 4 years than somebody who gives me 20 years and they're garbage. I would rather do that.
Hey, real quick, we have a contest going on. If y'all don't see it, ! win, and you can win some money for yourself. You just got out of the holidays. You just got out of the Christmas spirit. You need some extra cash. Unpopular celebrities giving out gift cards for y'all, and a pretty large amount. And we'll give out one winner. You got to stay to the end. ! Win, automatically selected. 10 people in, we will do the drawing at the end. Not 10 people in, hey, keep it moving. All right, Todd Simmons, a lot of comments here. Love the wisdom you drop in DC. You are the best messenger for this. Ooh, recently and relevant.
Thank you.
Shutdown whoop my ass. Definitely got to tap in. Ooh, what shutdown? Interesting. I woke up or I wrote a breakup journal. Breakup journal
Yeah,
for my
breakup
military
journal. Yeah.
self as a way of letting go. What is a breakup journal?
I like that. It's
it was-
pretty much it's go ahead.
Yeah, it was a way of reflecting and thinking my past so I could move on. Interesting. We got 2 people that just entered the drawing. Keep it going. Keep it going so we can give away this money. We are losing a lot of experience in severe leadership, servant leadership, service, and to be an example. Being the example used to be a part. Well, Faith, I think just like when you came in, when I came in, there's a lot of people that can take over. And hopefully you learn from your leaders before who are leaving, you know, they could take over too. Because you either sit down and do nothing else or you have to start over. We'll talk about the start over, but that's a different chapter. It's wild because thinking about being a doctor or a lawyer or someone who doesn't start a real profession career until 38 to 45 is wild. Age is nothing but a number. Don't forget that. Age is nothing but a number. We have a lot of comments. You go from military old to corporate young overnight.
Oh man. That's a good one.
I never did. I tell them to do what is best for them in the moment. If they're thinking it's leaving, then go. But if you think it's staying, then do it. But do what you feel is right. Yeah, amen. What's up, Chief Hall in the building? Agree, that's perfect. Do your jobs do it well and build your resume? No. Unless you want to go in there. No. 3 people entered the drawing. We need 7 more. We will do the drawing. 4 people in. Keep it going. Because we try to give away this money. We have to remember it's all just advice at the end of the day. Do what's best for you. ! Win. Wes Lawrence says leaders have a tendency to stop taking care of people when they express plans of getting out.
Yes. That was a good one too.
O'Shawn Jefferson, less than 1% put on the uniform. I salute anyone that puts it on for 1 month or 32 years. Lot of time. DC, question for you, and then I'll get 3 more comments. I'll let you answer this. What happened to the force if our talented people start leaving at 10 years? Hold on with that. Hold on to that comment. Wes Lawrence got to disagree. That depends on the leader. I understand the point, and I agree a little bit, but I'm just curious on your thoughts. Okay, he was talking about the 10 years. ! Win. We talked about ! Win. 6 people. Keep it going. Yeah, I agree, but I haven't seen it happen a ton. Say that again! ! Win for Cliff Kennedy, also retiree. Scott Roy, same, and ! Win. Keep it going. All right, back to your question. Answer, man, we have a lot of things going on, and we still have to talk about our topics. Where was it at? There we go. What happens to the force if our talented people start leaving at 10 years?
So that's the key. It's not like you're going to have a complete brain drain of talented people. There are some people that will stay behind. I think you're going to have two different dynamics. You're going to have talented people that leave because they have aspirations of doing something great. They were well taken care of. They did phenomenal at their job. They got promoted. They got awards and stuff, but they still leave, right? And that's great. Then you have talented people who weren't taken care of and they leave because they're not taken care of. Nobody's listening to them. None of the ideas they present, they're ignored. And so I think, and then I'm sorry, I said 2, 3. Then you're gonna have the other third dynamic of people who are talented and they just have whatever blue or whatever, insert whatever service color of blood that you want, green or whatever. They feel it and they keep going because this is what they enjoy. And those are people you want anyway. So I don't think you would lose so many people that the force would suffer. There will be some people that stay behind. But we don't need let's look at it. We don't really need everybody to stay because don't you want talented people to leave so they can tell the rest of the world who never served what they learned and how great it is to encourage talented people to take care of their place? How many of you guys been in a unit when you say Tech Sergeant so and so did the Excel sheet? They did the access sheet. They're the only ones that know how to do it. We can't let them retire or PCS. What do we do? And then you go through a little trial and tribulation period, and then there's always somebody that comes along and is able to take their place.
Hey,
Same
very
thing is happening now.
very well said. You're frozen again.
Dang it.
Very well said with that. Exclamation point win. 3 more people minimum. Just 3 more people. All you need to type out is exclamation point win and to be entered. We have 7 people in the drawing. We have over 40 something people in here. Let's get it cracking. How we don't get 10 people for money to give away? All right, good point by Todd Simmons. So I'll try to read this. I'm think I'm getting a little better with the reading. Doesn't feel
I
like
got
it.
this one. I'll take it. Todd Simmons says, okay, emotions aside, regardless of what people you are at, what point you are at in your career, diversify your network. If you are only getting advice on leaving from those serving, then you are only getting 50% of the advice needed. Agreed. Find out about insurance. Oh man, find about insurance benefits, taxes, the real job market now, building upon that. Now, yo, I'm gonna tell you, full transparency again, your boy failed at that.
All right.
I failed. I mentioned that earlier when I was talking about knowing that the avalanche was coming. I knew it was coming, but I ignored it because I was like, I'm worried about what I'm doing now. You know how they always tell you don't worry about the next job? Todd Simmons is right. You need to worry about this job because if you wait to the last minute, it makes it so difficult.
Hey, Todd, we would love to have you on when we get to that point about trying to get people in there for selection or what you're doing outside. We'd love to have that point. 2C says, I actually used to change how I guided them. I guided them for the future goals. Got to still model them and grow them no matter what. Very true. Very true. Don't forget, hey, Cliff Kennedy is a great example. Love to have him on for real. He did 10 years and is super successful. Super successful.
So,
talk about somebody who gambled on themselves. And I just know his story. I don't know if he wants to share, but super successful.
I'll just say Ken Cliff is the exact person, and Eric Thiergood, he's not on here, who had a vision, had a goal, and they left before they went over 10. And you talk about so I'll tell you, I won't go on a rant. I'll just say this. Give me 10 seconds. You talk about a leap of faith.
Right.
It's one thing to retire at my stage when you've got, several degrees, you've been a manager, command chief, all that other stuff, right? And you got connections. But somebody young at 10 and they decide to cut it and they're doing good. Like Ken Cliff, when he was in, he was super sharp. And he had people that knew he was sharp. And
he was an instructor. Yeah, he was an instructor when he left.
Okay, one, but I'm just kidding. But anyway, shout out to him.
Yeah, all right, we'll get to all these, and then I have another question as we go through this retirement thing. So start thinking about what was your decision when you clicked the button, or when you were about to click the button, maybe a month before, a week before, and then day of. All right, because we'll talk about that, how that plays mentally in your psychic. Wes Lawrence said, hey, if you just put exclamation point win, you'll be entered. You put all this other BS, you won't be entered. All right, exclamation point win. Let's get it cracking. We got our 10 people. So y'all let me know when y'all want me to do the drawing. Y'all let me know. How about that? We actually got it. I can't wait to give this money away. All right. I think no matter what, we can want our humans to win, exclamation point win, to be entered, whether it is staying or leaving. Olivia said, and people who will always step up in the roles. We hope people do. DC frozen again, but audio is clear. Yes, it is. Single point. No, you weren't. Oh, he wasn't frozen. Exclamation point win. Hey, you gotta just type in exclamation point win. You type in anything before or after, it won't register. You were frozen. He would just say that's an old comment. Anyway, All right, Pete, we're gonna send you Hooked on Phonics with the money we win today. Thank you. Shout out to you. Can you read this one? These next three?
Sean Jefferson says, any successful company has talent leave. True. If you are still in, you are part of the talent that stayed. Do the work you are, who is needed in this moment. Ken Cliff says, I got out at 10 and a half years.
All right.
Sky Roy, DC also got Social Security. Triple. I wish I was getting Social Security. I wish. But actually, that's a good point. It would be great if Samel Brown was on here. He's kind of going through some things with that too, some positive things. Todd Simmons says, Cliff is the perfect example. He will tell you how he was 5th Air Force Airman of the Year. Really? He was?
Yo, I think he got a Bronze Star too, but I'm not gonna keep putting his business out there. I'm pretty sure he did, but I'm not sure. He was one of the first security force people to go to Buka. Like this dude has an incredible story. Still got out at 10. Anyway, just successful people are successful people. Go ahead.
Sean says,
uh-oh. Now your audio went out. Did our audio go? Oh, no, you're good. You're good. All right, you're good now.
Sometimes we get guidance from a mentor's sphere. Getting out is a risk, but it takes faith, will, and work ethic. Marry with your plan. Yeah. I'll now.
That's talking about money. Where's my money? Exclamation point.
Where's my money?
Hire someone who will be
designated. Plus, are you saying my reading needs this challenge too? I think I do a decent job. Skyroy said DC been in before Social Security. All right, guys, look. I'm trying to share some personal stuff. I don't need all these personal attacks today.
So much better.
DC switched to cricket. Devon, you know what? You should be attacking Pete. He the one that jacked up your name. Sean says DC, the Aaron Rodgers. Look, y'all, and y'all please stop this.
Oh man, not the Phillip Rivers.
I'm pouring my heart out to you.
So we'll do the draw right after this question. So give us at 50 minutes live. So we'll do that. So get your exclamation point wins in the chat at 50 minutes live. So if you guys are watching this live, look at the counter. 50 minutes. We'll do the drawing. All right. So we're at 42 minutes right now.
I need my dog.
All right.
You guys
Question for you. So we talk about retirement, and I'll answer as well. So go quick because we got to do this in 6 minutes. Your thoughts 1 month before hitting the button, maybe a week before hitting the button, and the day of hitting the button. What was your thoughts?
That's a difficult one because we're speeding. There's a lot. It's hard for me to kind of gather my thoughts because remember what I said earlier, I took another job. So in this other job, it was a little bit more clearer because of the situation I was in. You know, the Air Force was changing. Anyway, all right, I'll just answer the question. My thoughts was like, I'm ready, let's go. But then there was a small part of me like, are you sure?
Right.
Like, are you really sure? And I've seen videos of people crowding around them, pushing the button, FaceTiming when they pushed the button. When I pushed the button, it was, to be honest with you, it was very, it was sad because there was nobody around me. And maybe that's my fault. I could have gotten a bunch of people around me to do it, but I didn't. I just pushed the button, waited patiently for the prompt that comes up, and that was it. And then it was almost like somebody hit me in the face like, this is it. And it just seemed like there was like a whole cloud that just lifted up. It's almost like, you know how you're walking in the fog or you're driving in the fog and then the fog just all of a sudden just dissipates and you see clear? That's what it was like. And when I seen everything, it was like, I was like, I could not believe what I saw. And I just saw the future. And it was a little scary. It was a bit exciting too. It was exciting because I didn't have to worry about EPBs, decorations, deployments, PCS. But now I had to worry about resumes, job, disability, being stationary. Because, a lot of people, you get used to PCSing. But now you have to worry about being stationary.
All right. You're frozen again. So 2C says excitement, fear, guilt, and ready. I think that's the best way to describe it is in those four words. And kind of what I was looking for is something in those four words. I think for me, the month before was like you just sit there inside, like, okay, how do I do this? Where do I go to? I go on my FSS, and then you hit that button that says, I don't think I've ever clicked that button. I think it just says retirement and something, separation, I think it says. So you click there, and then you get prompted, a couple places. Then you got to make sure that the system says you're good to retire, and then you go ahead and click the button. I think a month before, I was like, all right, I'm going to do it on this day. That's what I was thinking about a month before. This is the day I'm going to do it. I didn't tell nobody. I didn't talk to nobody. I just like, this is the day I'm doing it. The week before, I was like, when I come in next week, because I think it was on a Monday, whatever day it was, I was like, I'm going to do it first thing in the morning. I'm going to come in early before anybody gets here because I don't know if it's going to send a prompt or send something crazy. I did tell my commander, and that's a question I got for you is too, and then we'll do the giveaway in 5 minutes. I did tell my commander beforehand. She's the only one I told that I was going to, because I knew she would get the notification. The day of, sat there on my computer at my desk, went through the process, and I'm thinking something is going to happen. It's no different than applying for a job. It's not
I can't hear you. What happened to- think maybe we lost the feed, maybe.